first, the cold felt like a problem. He thought something was wrong with him, that he couldn't cry, couldn't connect, couldn't explain the dull edge of everything. But then he noticed something. He could function longer than most. He could make hard choices faster. He didn't fold under emotional pressure. It wasn't numbness, it was control. He wasn't broken, he was built differently now. The distance he once hated became the space he needed to see clearly. People confuse detachment with drifting, but he was never aimless. He was just done anchoring himself to people who wanted proof he still needed them. That space, the one that felt like exile, became strategy. He didn't use coldness to push people away. He used it to hold shape. But he's not there to sound acceptable. He's there to remain intact. Because when warmth became a risk, cold became a structure. Warmth is useless if it can't survive the night. He stopped chasing it. He built walls instead. Cold isn't always punishment. Sometimes it's an instruction. When emotion burns out and warmth disappears, what remains is structure, the bones of what endures. That's what this chapter traces, how distance, routine, and restraint became the framework for survival. In psychology, this shift connects to emotional regulation through detachment. When chaos overwhelms, the mind begins to anchor itself in order, schedules, rituals, and rules. History mirrors it. After every empire falls, cold order follows. Systems, codes, and philosophies rise to replace passion and chaos. The Stoics in Rome, the samurais in Japan, the reformers after the revolution, each used discipline to give shape to ruin. Emotion built to fire, structure carried the ashes. That's what happened here too. The warmth died, but instead of chasing it, he studied the cold. He learned that pain, when shaped, becomes architecture. Loneliness becomes a focus. Distance becomes precision. What once hurt begins to serve a purpose. The cold doesn't destroy, it refines. The risk, though, is overcorrection. Build too much structure, and you start mistaking control for peace. You freeze everything, even what should still be in motion. That's the edge between mastery and emptiness, when the walls meant to protect you begin to double as a cage. Still, strategy lies in balance. To live by structure is to remove luck from the equation, to feel only when it serves the mission, to use the cold not as armor, but as scaffolding, temporary, useful, replaceable. Because the goal was never to stay frozen, the goal was to rebuild a shape strong enough to hold warmth again. So, the question remains, when your emotions burn out, will you reach for warmth and risk the same collapse, or will you use the cold as material long enough to build something that can survive both?